Hello, welcome to this week's weekly forecast. Going to kick off with dollar CAD. That's going to be the main focus this week, along with dollar yen. And what I'll first draw your attention to this structure and just the reaction we've had around it. So we're buying in here, buying in here, buying a little bit of deviation. Once we got back above here, heavy buying, little bounce here, and partnering up with support and resistance level that I have. It will become more clear as we go down into the daily. But you can see the reaction that we're having at the moment. We're feeling the close below that, and also we have this confluence of this structure here. So if we can stay above that, expecting some buying to come into the market, and that's the main focus is going to be. Now what would negate this is if we just start closing back below here. Weekly close would change my bias. Go down into the lower time frames, and we'll go down into the daily so I can show you this support and resistance a little bit clearer. So you can see the resistance here, resistance, 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 support, support, little deviation, and now we're back above it. So a little bit of a false break, back above, trap the sellers and see if we can get involved to the upside. If we go down into the H4, I do have this structure that I'm keeping an eye on. On its own doesn't mean much, but added confluence, you can see the rejections here, 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 and now we're at this level. So we're above a higher time frame level. We have this swing point that we reject it under as well, and we're just waiting for Monday to close to see if we can get any buying opportunities in this. But bias remains bullish, and looking for buying opportunities in dollar CAD. We move on to dollar yen, and we'll go out to the weekly. This is the higher time frame level that I have. Resistance, support, support, resistance, support, 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 and the lower time frames. You can see down here, the once we got back above this was kind of the key level. So I was looking to buy this last week. If we go down into the daily, we have these two lows, support and support, and we have a little bit of resistance here. So if we can close Monday above this level, then I'll be looking for buying opportunities and trying to implement Monday's ranges. And anything that I do buy, I put into the trading groups. If you want to join that, there's a link in the description. You get 2 daily videos and you get all the trade ideas on a daily basis. So down in the H1, last week I was looking at this as well. I was following structure down into the higher time frame levels. We wanted a break back above Monday's low, just like that, and a break of structure to bring this higher. It was late on Friday, so didn't get much movement, but all in all, everything's setting up for this to go higher. We just need to wait for that Monday close, that daily close above this level, and if we get that, that should give me the green light. Start buying dollar yen. So moving on to euro pound, and this is the structure that I'm watching. We did get a breakout and retest, but I still need to close below my higher time frame support and resistance. This is the level. You can see clearly here that it's struggling to break below, but once it does, then that'll give me the green light to start selling. I do prefer selling because of the areas that we've sold off heavily before, so I don't want to be buying into an area where we sold off heavily. So we'll wait and see if we can get this structure break like this, and then that will give me a green light to start hunting for some selling opportunities. But you can see here in the H4 how this level is quite significant. Even today we're hitting it, so really need a good solid close below that. I'd probably prefer a daily close below that level, and then this would give us the added protection, so stop above here for a really nice swing trade. But as I say, I'll update you as we go along. At the moment we're nowhere near setting up, but I just want to draw your attention to the higher time frame levels and what I'm looking for. I'll move on to pound CAD weekly chart. I do like this sort of range that we've been trading in, and I have we did sell off from here before in the past, So we have support, resistance, 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 and looking for a sell off again, even if it's just a little pullback, and to send it higher. That's all I need. Only hold for the week. If we go down into the H4, I've added this structure. See, resistance, resistance, support, and then resistance. We have broke that to the downside, and now we have this structure that I'm watching. I'll let Monday unfold and try and get involved with this. We tried to sell it last week, just with a break of Monday's low. So sold here, and then just it didn't really go anywhere. Didn't lose any money, but we didn't make any money either. So hopefully after this little consolidation, we do get this breakout and sell. Looking for 1.7188 just for a target, because if we go to the weekly here, you can see that this is quite the level of support and resistance. So just expecting a little pullback down into here, and I'll be happy with that. There's not really much else to say. We did also get a structure break on the H1, something like that, but I'll update you as we go along. I just want to draw your attention to higher time frame levels. EURCAD is kind of looking similar. If we go out to the weekly, you can see we sold off heavily before these areas. Even just this swing point, we have come up to around the highs where we could potentially sell off again. So we go down into the H4 as per usual. We have a structure break, and I'm just watching this for another potential structure break to bring this lower. We'll let Monday finish. This is a little bit clearer on the H1. We'll let Monday finish and see how we can get on board. Say if we have Monday's ranges here, we can get involved with maybe last week's low as well, top above previous week's high, and hold this to run, see if we can get a nice little runner on that. As I say, probably have to let Monday unfold at the moment. No need to rush in. Should be plenty of time. Yeah, so don't want to keep this too long, so we'll finish with pound yen actually. We'll go up to the weekly and see the significance of the level that we're at. The touches are quite key here and here, and we're at this level of resistance at the moment. So going down into the H4, I have this structure that I'm looking at, just this little channel. It's not very clean, but you know, we have support here, and we have resistance in and around these levels. Just been chopping sideways, but we have sold off heavily before from this region, so looking for a little bit of a sell-off, just because it's ground below this, and it could get another pop-up before we actually get the sell. But on the H1, we have this little structure break that I was watching last week, but came on Friday, break back below on this high, break structure, quite a nice setup, although it just didn't go anywhere like most pairs. We're stuck in this little consolidation phase. So let's see if Monday unfolds. I'm going to keep this on my charts, just this level here. Support. If we can get a H1 close, I'm maintaining below here, and then I will be willing to open up selling position, and then if we break below this structure, I'll add to the position. So that's your lot. Just want to draw your attention to some higher time frame levels. I'd say dollar CAD and dollar yen are the main focus for me this week. As I say, anything else that pops up, there is a few other instruments that I'm looking at. I'll post into the trading group. So wishing you all the best of luck for this week, and I'll see you guys in the trading group.